and then came back in to help finish off the fight. So really well executed gank all round. It does put Na'Vi ever so slightly ahead in the gold count. And actually it gives Nezrelas a double buff. So despite the fact he's lost his top tower out, with these 3 Dorans and Vamp Scepter, he's going to fare a little bit better against Irelia. Let's see whether he can trade or even take her down again. Has he hit that point yet? She's got Brutalizer, Phage and Brawler's Gloves. I'm not really sure if he can, but we'll find out.
Oh, he's definitely building a lot better against Irelia this game. Last game he's gotten I wasn't sure what item he was going, but this game I do notice he's got a lot more lifesteal, which can sustain. Basically, the way Irelia trades with Jax is he dashes in, right click with the Heathen Strike, and then Equilibrium Strike, and that does a good chunk on Jax. And Jax's only really return damage is his Counter Strike, his Power Strike, and Leap Strike. So after every exchange, Irelia is able to just right click creep and heal up, while Jax, without enough lifesteal last game, he was going to lose a lot more. And so after a couple of exchanges, Irelia would have been just very, very far ahead. But this time around, he's gotten a lot more lifesteal, so, you know, after the initial harassment, he's able to back out and just right-click and heal up, so, Jax is doing much, much better this game against Irelia. Well, not really much better, he's definitely behind on farm, but, he's building much better because he's behind on farm.
So, we're waiting for the dragon. Na'Vi got Cosmic walking around, that's the 3rd ward he's cleared out. They are going to try and trade it. Pete dashing over into that bush. They're going to start onto Nezrelas. They don't want to do too much damage. Pete's collateral damage hits a very few people in all fairness, but he does have a BF sword up now, so he's doing quite a bit of damage. And there's a nice bouncing bomb through the wall from Ziggs while they clear out that ward, doing a fair bit to CLG. But Na'Vi, they're looking to back away. They don't think they can take this fight. Nezrelas is trying to lifesteal up. He grabs some off of the wolves. CLG are in onto the dragon pen. Have they killed it?
No, Dragon is definitely still up. It's going to be very, very hard for CLG to get this dragon just because Zig poke is just very, very annoying. In these small quarters, if Zig is able to drop a really, really good minefield and force CLG through it, it's going to definitely give him an advantage in the team fight.
You see them, there's some good poke coming out from Frogman again as well. There's the minefield siege. You don't have to go through it, but Nish taking quite a bit of damage. That bouncing bomb misses just about. Tornado doesn't hit anyone either. Another missed bouncing bomb, but they are still just poking backwards and forward onto each other. Frogman's off to one side. Where's the orb? That's what we want to watch. That's where his ult's going to come from. See who he places it on and where it goes. But for now, they are back into this mid turret. Another missed bouncing bomb. CLG doing a good job of dodging these. That minefield will go out, take out most of the CS. The bot lane, meanwhile, has been pushed all the way up. There's a lot of CS going to waste under this tower. Graves, in fact, wants to take it. And when they see him in this bottom lane, Na'Vi might just try a hard engage. CLG got to be careful.
Basically, since Zig has blue buff, he's going to be able to clear these waves so very fast that CLG.eu is just going to be wasting time. Especially since the wave bottom was pushing to turret. You know, they lost a lot of CS there.
Botnick pulls away, took quite a bit of damage there. Graves is on his way back, so that's the safe fight out of the way. Gonna have to be a little bit more careful now, but Na'Vi is still down here. Still got plenty of health left on most of the champions. Botnick needs to take a bit of poke, so he goes and lifesteals up off walls for a bit. And CLG are gonna start in on the dragon. They're doing a fair bit of damage to it. Wicked is tanking it for now, taking the brunt of his output. Now it's switching to Yellow Pete, not the best target, and they do take the tank off of him instantly. Nif gets his ult channeling, Cosmic gets knocked up, Nif gets knocked up. Na'Vi trying to get this fight off. Cosmic's out the other side, does need to start channeling his ult if he can, does put it on the Nezrelas. Everyone's still really low, but no kills just yet. Ult comes out from Creepo before he drops down. Cosmic wants the kill, but he does not want to waste his oracles, and he taunts over it. That might have been just too much. Does drop down, the oracles will go, and Na'Vi are backing out. Nezrelas dropped, Cosmic's dropped, no deaths for CLG. Means that's a free, well, sorry, it's not a free dragon. It means that's the dragon is their reward. And picking up that oracles makes the fight oh so much sweeter as far as CLG is concerned.
So basically, Shen saw that Janna was one hit from dead. He didn't have sight on her, although I had sight on her. From Shen's point of view, there's a Janna on the other side that's one hit from dead. If he can just dash over, throw a quick Vorpal Blade at her, and just pick her off really quick, he might be able to back out. Unfortunately, he just dashed over and got gibbed really quickly.
A great fight for CLG. not Navi kind of didn't really seem like they made their mind up as if they wanted to go in or not. Half of them went forward, some cast abilities, some poked, some turned around. It's, we're dead. Okay, definitely back out now. We've lost Nezreal, lost Cosmic, but they're going in for another really quick Baron. The things have come down from CLG. They are going in towards it. Frogut is here leading the charge, but the Baron's going down pretty quickly. Nezreal Antigen do it again. We already said before why Cosmic is so strong here. Frogut needs to be taken out. Going low, they need to keep that smite off. And Irelia has arrived, fighting onto Nezreal. Wicked trying to lifesteal off the Baron itself. They're backing away. Baron does go to Na'Vi. And suddenly they've got to get out. Wicked and CLG are close. Na'Vi, okay, they've got a Baron, but they're still pretty weak. They have just taken a lot of damage from that big purple worm. That is the kind of fight they needed. They got themselves, while they're still behind in gold, the Baron buff gives them the stats they need to effectively be ahead in gold for this next 4-minute time.
More important than that is the Baron buff allows them to get the stats to drag the game an extra 3 or 4 minutes. Dragging it an extra 3 or 4 minutes allows that Jax to get even bigger, allows that Cock to get even bigger. You know, they're just about at that point where they're going to reach critical mass. Once Jax finishes his Phage and Triforce and or GA, he's going to be a monster and nobody's going to be able to deal with it. And once Cog gets his PD eye edge, nobody's going to be able to deal with that. So, it's going to allow Na'Vi to drag the game a couple extra minutes, just get those extra items that they're going to need to fully engage for the next fight.
4 kills apiece, 28,000 gold, 26.6. Froggen, what's your CS like this time? 197 CS, miles ahead of everyone else in the game. Even Citizen Wayne's only 170 now. But there are 3 kills onto this Ziggs, and he's got a Baron, so a little bit of global gold means he's actually ahead in overall gold. Keep sneezing and muting my microphone, I apologise. But let's watch it. CLG are bearing down on this mid turret with Froggen and Wicked leading the charge. We do have bot lane as well being pushed by Trico and Pete. There goes 1 turret, there goes 2 turrets. A little bit more global gold for CLG and a lot more map control now that they've got all 3 of those outer turrets down. So that's 450 gold for everyone on their team now that those 3 are dead in total. Nezreal leaping in after Froggen gets the stun out. Doesn't really get too much poke as the shield is enough.
So right now, since Zig does have Baron and Blue, he's getting some massive mana regen. So what Na'Vi wants to do at this point is they just want to take down all those outside towers, get the extra gold that Jax and Kog'Maw is going to need. So there's going to be a lot of rotation from mid to top and just taking towers over and over. Oh, that was a really good tornado on Jax. Actually caught Jax mid-jump and just prevented him from doing the Power Strike, Counter Strike, Leap Strike.
CLG, they actually popped Shredded and chased into that, so they sort of wanted to take the fight. They can't quite manage it, and they did take a lot of poke for their trouble, and they don't have a Baron to regen it like Na'Vi do right now. With Cotnex pushing his bot lane the whole time, Wicked's got to go and deal with it.
Without the health regen, especially because they have a Janna, if they take enough damage, they're just going to get pushed back continually and just lose towers over and over. If they lose the second tower, it's going to mean that Na'Vi's going to get a lot more extra gold because they can easily just rotate top.
Nif gets caught under the tower. Does get pulled back again by Froggen, and as a result, he will drop. Getting caught out of position. Very nicely played by Froggen. He got that stun off just as the minions died. So Nif throwing his life away. Does mean that Na'Vi are going to be a little bit weaker. And they are lacking a support which does a great amount of CC and damage if you can get a full channel off. But they are still pushing this mid tower.
I almost felt really bad for that newbie. He actually died to the red buff that does a 40 damage tick at this point.
And that it is. Na'Vi are backing on out. That's them clear and safe. 5 kills to 4 with that extra one. 1 less Baron to deal with. And how long have they got on the rest of their buffs? About 5 to 10 seconds. So not missing out too much. But they gained a bottom... Well, in fact, they gained a mid tower and the gold from that Baron. That's about it. So CLG did a nice job of containing that.
I felt like if they were a little bit more prudent and just started poking a little bit more... Nunu absolutely did not need to run up to Snowball. All you needed to do was just drop Blood Bowl on Cog, have him poke in between W's, have Ziggs just throw the minefields and space them before actually going in, and that would have been free towers over and over. Had they taken mid, they would have been able to rotate top and just taking that tower as well. And getting the extra gold from the tower means everybody's a lot stronger.
There's the Baron off. Next one will be up at about 28 minutes just beforehand. Dragon is not far off either, so let's wait and watch quite how the game shape up. In fact, Dragon's probably in about the next couple of seconds. There it is. Everyone making their way across there. Kind of gives it away. And Frogger taking a bit of a poke while he's taking out those wards. Such thing that the Sigs can do so well.
So there are a lot of wards dropped up. They know Dragon is coming up, so they're just setting up for it. So this could very well be a fight that's going to break out at Dragon. I don't think Na'Vi is strong enough to just fully contest this, unless Na'Vi can poke them to about like maybe, you know, 3/4 HP. I don't see them having a really good fight here.
Instead, Froggen's going to do the same thing to Citizen Wayne. He's so low. CLG in a great position for this fight. Let's get a good ult off on everyone on CLG. Cosmic and Nezuleth doing what fight they can. Nezuleth is getting a shield, and Frogger will drop. There's the Oracle down for CLG, so that's a good pick up for Na'Vi. So far, everyone else is still alive. Cottonex will drop down now, but Antigen a little bit exposed, trying to chase onto Frogger. He's going to dodge that buckshot with a nice flash. Does get the kill onto Frogger, but he is going to drop down to that from Wicked. Chasing him down with his passive, trying to get what damage he can out onto Yellow Pete. He will probably just lifesteal it back up, but every little bit of help he can. Nezuleth on his own, backing away from that mid lane. 7 kills to 6 then, so an even trade, 2 for 2. But the Oracles went down for CLG, and nobody killed the Dragon. So as far as I'm concerned, Na'Vi came out on top there.
Na'Vi definitely came out on top there, but in terms of like total HP remaining after the fight, Na'Vi actually got away with just a little bit left only. You know, after the fight, you saw a couple of players on CLG just very healthy. So if the fight was a little bit more contained and a little bit more concentrated, a lot more of Na'Vi would have been picked off, and so it could have very well gone really well for CLG. You know, they needed a little bit more pressure on Cog, because Cog was able to just pick off 2 people during the duration of that fight.
So that's getting jumped on by Wicked and Pete. There's a red buff up again, so that's quite a bit of damage.
That's a free Dragon now too. Basically, without Jax, a major source of the damage and tankiness, CLG is basically prompted. It's like, hey, Jax is chunked to about half hit point. He's not going to be able to defend this Dragon. Let's go, let's grab it. It's basically free.
Yeah, Codnix was top lane as well, and he hasn't got ult off cooldown again yet, so he cannot come to join that fight. And Nezuleth, despite lifestealing off walls, has to give it up. He's got a gunblade up now, though. So at that point now, where Jax is pretty strong again. And we are about 10 seconds away. In fact, not even that. Baron is up. There it is. 27:47 was the respawn. Wards going out all over the place by CLG, and we do need Nif to get in there and clear it out. Do we have another Oracles up for CLG? Frogger doesn't have it. Creeper doesn't, but he is recalling. I have a feeling he's about to buy an Oracle. No, Kindle Gem and more wards. So they're happy with the ward coverage that they think Na'Vi has. They're not going to take too much more away from it. Nif needs to go clear that out. In fact, Frogger already had an Oracles in his inventory. My bad. Completely missed that. So he's drunk another one of those.
So at this point, both teams do realize that Baron's up, and so they're just going to go and set up wards on Baron and or clear wards, because if Nunu picks up this ward, he can be in a lot of danger, because Orianna can just stick on this side and just pull him against the wall while everybody can go and just gib him. So this ward could be a bait for Na'Vi if they're not careful. Same with this ward. They're almost certain that Na'Vi has oracles, and they're gonna want to kill this. So a very good place for CLG to hide is just on this side of the wall and just wait for someone to come clear wards and just get a good initiate on them.
Yeah. Wait and see who takes this fight. It's not really going to be a snuck Baron like before. Of course, Na'Vi in no position to do that. They are down by 3,000 gold, which is a big item, but as it's spread across everyone on CLG, it's not too game breaking. They are up 4-1 onto Graves. That's pretty strong right now. 240 CS onto Froggen, but there's 4-1 on Citizen Wayne as well, as Creepo actually pulls the Baron. They're going to start this. The ward comes in the backside. They're going to have to kill that and get out. But if they can't avoid the damage here, they do take quite a bit of poke from the Baron. They did that all because I think they saw Citizen